Good Sunday. I am Thabo Mdluli. Let's begin here now. At least 5 people have been killed and 6 others wounded in a shooting at a tavern in Zithobeni in Bronkhorstspruit. The shooting took place in the early hours of this morning. According to police, 2 men reportedly known in the community entered the tavern and demanded a licensed firearm from one of the patrons. A shot went off, causing panic inside the venue. The suspects then opened fire, shooting randomly into the crowd. Police say the patron was arrested for contravention of the Firearms Control Act. Meanwhile, police have launched a manhunt for the suspects involved. Newzroom Afrika's Katleho Sekhotho has been looking at this story for us. Katleho, beginning to put together the pieces of the puzzle, so to speak, in terms of what could have taken place in the early hours of this morning. What's the latest that you're coming up with?
Thank you, Mr. Mdluli. A sorrowful time for the community here in Bronkhorstspruit as they come to terms with the deaths of 5 people. And it was when, as you rightly outlined there, 2 suspects entered the tavern just a stone throw away here, approached 2 patrons in particular who we understand are security guards, demanding their firearms, and then there was a shootout that ensued. One of the people who passed away was Thembi Mchali, who's, the family is still coming to terms with her passing. I do have with me her niece, Nomfundo, to give us more. Nomfundo, thank you for your time. Can you just tell us, you were inside the tavern at the time. Can you just tell us what you saw and what happened?
Ngizwe gunshot from ngaphandle. Mengizwe gunshot from ngaphandle. Like bengithi bayadlala ngoba isibhamu vele basibetha ngaphandle. So mase sesiza ngaphakathi. Wonke umuntu etavern wakutsa. Makakutsa simangele thina ukuthi waya abantu balala phasi. Makangena loya makangena ungena phethe isibhamu makasiphethe udubula iside la ka left because labantu laba bebahlele iside la ka left bebashuta nanoma ubani ngoba bekinabantu lapha iside la ka left. So instead mayishutiwa nami ngalala phasi mengilala phasi misukuma ngoba labantu besesebaphumile ngathi mengithi ngiyahamba ngiyabaleka uma mncane nami ngambona alele phasi.
And has this ever happened before in this community, or is this the first time such a shootout has happened?
Ukutubula impami is not the first time, because ngisithi badlala ngaso mara is ukubulala abantu, shoot ukubulala abantu tavern ngiyaqala.
And we know that the suspects are still at large. Amaphoyisa, they are still looking for them. Do you hope that they are found quickly?
Yeah. Ngathi bangabathola. Bapadle jele. Ngalento abayenzile. Because akekho umuntu odeserve ukulimala lapha ngaphakathi. If bebafuna labantu laba bekosele bona baye emuntwini loyo. Hayi ukuthi badubule wonke umuntu ngaphakathi.
And Sis Nomfundo, can you tell us about Usis Thembi? What kind of a person was she?
Uthemba na umuntu right mamncane uthanda ukuhleka uthanda usmile umuntu ovusela wonke umuntu osithandeli ibhiya vele mara bekusene isikhathi vele angasasela utshwala angazi ukuthi wenze yini ukuthi eze azophuza utshwala ngoba vele bangasaphuza utshwala.
Yabo. So Mr. Mdluli, as you've heard there, it's a very emotional time for the family here as they come to terms with what has happened here. And as Sis Nomfundo points out there, quite often gunshots are heard, people playing with firearms, as she explains there, but a shooting like this has never necessarily happened here before. But they're still asking themselves what happened, and certainly a terrible time for the family.
Katleho Sekhotho, much appreciated. Thank you so much for your reporting this afternoon. Katleho is following that story very closely. They're speaking to some of those community members affected by this shooting that would have taken place earlier.